Bill Nye, The Last Experiment, a recovered broadcast from a corrupted educational satellite feed. No one can confirm exactly when it aired. Some say it was spliced between reruns of Reading Rainbow and Bill Nye the Science Guy on a PBS affiliate sometime in the late 90s. Others claim it wasn't broadcast at all, just passed around on old VHS tapes marked "Do Not Duplicate," but they all remember the title card, "Sight, a Closer Look." And they all remember something wasn't right. The eye incident. The episode opens as usual. The theme song, the frantic jump cuts, and a man in a wrinkled lab coat running toward the camera shouting, "Bill Nye, the Science Guy." Except it wasn't quite Bill. He looked like him, sounded like him, mostly. But his bow tie was crooked. His eyes didn't blink at the same time. His smile was always a second too late. He stood in a lab surrounded by oversized eyeball models and optic illusions. Today, we're learning about the eye, how it helps you see and how fragile it can be. He laughs, alone. Then he calls over a kid volunteer for a depth perception demonstration. He waves around a spring-loaded pointer and, mid-sentence, lunges forward, accidentally striking the kid's safety goggles. There's a loud crack, followed by the unmistakable sound of something plastic, or worse, falling to the floor. The kid screams and runs off screen. The fake Bill turns to the camera and pauses. Oops, he tilts his head. You know, I never said I was a real scientist. He gently strokes the fabric of his lab coat. But I do love how this makes me feel. The transformation. Throughout the episode, he makes odd comments while pacing the lab. I shouldn't have eaten that pork chop last night. I think it was undercooked. Felt squirmy. As the segment continues, he begins to scratch his arms, his neck. His movements grow stiff, jerky, like he's trying to keep something in. You should always cook pork to a safe internal temperature, he mutters. His voice cracks. Suddenly, he stops mid-sentence. His hands tremble. He opens his mouth as if to say something else, then freezes. The lights flicker. With a sound like wet paper tearing, the figure collapses, bursting into a flood of squirming white worms and steaming pink slime. For a moment, there's only the sound of writhing. Then, slowly, the worms rearrange themselves on the lab floor, forming the face of the real Bill Nye, smiling serenely. Cosmic viewing. The screen flickers. Zoom out. We're now watching the tape from orbit. An alien vessel hovers above Earth, viewing the footage on a monitor made of crystal and light. One tall figure leans in and taps its elongated finger on the screen. Fascinating. Primitive, unstable, but undeniably handsome. They nod in agreement. The monitor powers down. As the ship fades into space, a single line of distorted audio plays from the tape one last time. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Then, silence. Epilogue. To this day, the episode doesn't exist in archives. But if you find a tape labeled "Sight, a Closer Look," be careful. And if your lab coat starts to feel too comfortable, take it off before something else puts it on. Science rules. But identity is optional.